What's up, guys? It's Nick True here, and today I want to share with you why that sometimes you should reject spending money on stuff that people think of as typical or a necessity. I'm going to talk about how Hannah and I spent only $25 per month on cell phones during our first 2 years of marriage, and then my friend Russell is going to come on and talk about a time where he also rejected spending money on something that people deem totally typical so that he could go and spend money elsewhere. Alright, so for the first year of our marriage, Hannah and I had flip phones. Yes, crappy flip phones in 2015. And I don't remember exactly how much we paid. It was around $40 a month for those flip phones, but we saved a ton of money doing that. But get this, during the second year of our marriage, we upgraded from flip phones to smartphones and actually dropped our bill to $25 per month. It was only $12 per line. Now, granted, these phones were not the best in the world. It was with a service called Republic Wireless, and they basically piggybacked off Wi-Fi and the Sprint network. And in our area of the country at the time, Sprint was not particularly strong. The service was not awesome, the phones were not great, but ultimately we didn't care because we saved a massive amount of money. Let me put this into perspective for you. We were paying only $25 per month for cell phones, which is a total of $300 per year. Now, we went to a friend's house one night for dinner, and they had just gotten the new iPhones, and they were telling me all about it and how awesome it was and why I totally needed an iPhone. And in passing, they mentioned that they were paying around $180 per month. Now, if you don't want to do the quick math on that, that's $2,160 per year. Again, we were paying $300. That's a difference of $1,860 for cell phones. At the end of that year of marriage, Hannah and I went on a vacation together to Savannah, Georgia, and we spent a week there, and we spent $800 for that trip. We had an absolute blast. It was still one of our favorite vacations we've ever taken together. We still look back on that trip with extremely fond memories. Now, I say all of this not to reprimand you if you pay a lot of money for cell phone bills. I share this because I just want you to really think about what matters to you and what doesn't matter to you. And is there something that doesn't matter to you that actually does cost a lot of money, but most people think of as typical or normal, and so you just kind of go along with it? Now, this brings me to my friend Russell. I'm going to pass this video over to him now, and he's going to share about a time that he also rejected spending money in a way that most people think of as normal so that he could spend it elsewhere.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Russell. I'm really happy to be here. Today, I want to share the story of the time that my girlfriend and I spent 2 weeks in Colorado and saved some crazy money doing it. The story starts when Lindsay, my girlfriend, and I went to attend the pop-up business school in Longmont, Colorado. We knew we were going to be there for 2 weeks, and so we wanted to figure out a thriftier way to do it than just finding an Airbnb or a hotel or something. And the solution we figured out was camping. That's it? Camping? Anyone can go camping. All right, lay off. We didn't just go camping. We took the road less traveled, and that's really what made all the difference. We didn't find some little campground somewhere. We went off the beaten track. It was rustic camping. When I say rustic, I don't mean composting toilet, I mean no toilet. And self-service? None of that either. All right, fair enough. That's pretty legit camping. That's right, it was legit. So the type of camping we were doing is called dispersed camping, and you can do it in any national forest. And best of all, camping there was completely free, and not to mention, it was absolutely beautiful too. I like free. Where do I go? Glad you asked. So the way you find dispersed camping sites is using a website called freecampsites.net. It has every single dispersed camping site in the US and a lot of other camping sites. Every morning we'd wake up in the cool mountain air, make some breakfast or sometimes get some bagels in town. We'd go attend the pop-up business school, which was 10 hours of working and talking with people, and it was great. Then when we were done, we'd head back up the mountain, make a fire, cook some dinner, have some s'mores, and do it all over again. Now, of course, in order to do all of this, Lindsay and I had to solve some of the creature comfort issues, like showering. In our case, we used my Planet Fitness membership to shower in the mornings, we used a laundromat for laundry, and for food, they're grocery stores, just buy some food. And I won't get into it now, but I have opinions about dollar mac and cheese. I've had many of them, and I have thoughts. Now, if you're interested in doing dispersed camping, there are some things you need to know. Most of these places, like I said before, they have no running water, no bathrooms. You gotta go in prepared. In our case, we had to drive through Boulder to get to our campsite so we could stock up on water, use the restroom if we need to. The point that I want to make with all this, though, is that it was an amazing trip, and even though we sacrificed some of the comforts that an Airbnb might have, we had an amazing time in return. We traded a shower that was a little closer for a beautiful mountain view. We traded a kitchen that was right there and super accessible for a campfire and s'mores. And we traded having a bathroom down the hall for, well, actually that was easier than that was taken care of. By the end of the whole experience, we had other people in the class coming to the mountain to camp up there with us. And we hung out, we had a big dinner, had some drinks, some s'mores, and stayed up late talking into the night, which is something that we wouldn't have been able to do if we had stayed in an Airbnb or at a campground, because you gotta be quiet when there are other people around. We had a whole mountain to ourselves, and it was amazing. So what I want to leave you with is that the sacrifices that we made to save some money camping weren't really sacrifices at all. We had a better time spending no money than we would have had spending a lot of money at a really fancy place. So if you're traveling soon, I encourage you to check out dispersed camping or just finding a campground. I think you may really like it. So with that, I want to thank Nick for having me on the channel, y'all for watching me, and back to you, man.
All right, big thanks to Russell for coming on and sharing that story with us. I love hearing that story from him. But Russell, it sounds like you probably need to get a camping toilet and some poopery to get that crap scared away. But really, those are the stories that I love hearing. I love hearing about times where people rejected something normal so that they could do whatever it is that they really wanted to do, to make the trade-off, as he said. And that's really what personal finance is about. It's about making trade-offs. In what area are you willing to sacrifice so that you can spend in another area? Whether you want to spend a lot on cell phones or not, or whether you want to spend a lot on hotels or not, I really don't care what it is. I just want you thinking about it. You should always be thinking about what makes the most sense for you and your family, what you're going after, and how you can make a sacrifice in an area that you really probably don't care about that much anyways, so that you can really get whatever it is that you're going after. Alright, so that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video with Russell. Be sure to check him out. His channel is called RisdomFI. I'll put a link down in the description below. He's a great dude and he really knows his stuff. As always, remember, we can teach you how to make those trade-offs, but we can't make you do it. The choice is yours. I'll see y'all next time.